I'll just transition to things I am knowledgeable about much more.
You're not a
than Taylor
Swiftie.
Swift. I'm not a Swiftie. And the rain would not be a concern. Not if you're a Swiftie or if you got to be.
So Swifties will stay dry in the East Bay.
They're going to stay dry in the East Bay. Don't get fooled, because this morning it was widespread rain and everybody certainly had their fair share of rain this morning. And by about 10 a.m. that came to a break. Let me show you what's left. I showed this to you a minute ago, but I'm going to do it again. We're going to slow it down and I'm going to draw your attention to the North Bay. So let's go up and check in on Sonoma County. The Futurecast is playing. And right here, I'll get out of the way. Look at these little blips of green. Look at the timestamp. 5, 6, 7 in the morning. It went by fast. Did you see it? A few showers moved across the delta, and I can play it for you one more time. And the only reason we're doing this is because this is it. If we're going to get any more rain out of this thing, here's your chance. There it goes. Solano County, Lake Berryessa, 6, 7, 8 in the morning, and then it moves into the Sierra, and that is about the end of it. All right, let's come back out to that wide view. We're still waiting for this system to finally bid its farewell. Let me show you what this thing looks like. Still, if you've been playing along at home, we've been watching that area of the Pacific with this beautifully developed area of low pressure just kind of spinning its wheels out here. You can still see it. We're waiting for this to finally leave. Now, if we watch this on the Futurecast, I'll show you when it's going to leave. We already saw our little bit of rain, but there's going to be a lot more going on across the state as this thing finally does leave. So we'll switch the Futurecast. I'm going to let this play all the way through tomorrow. And all the way into Saturday, there might still be a few showers in the Sierra. Now, our little bit of it is just going to be tomorrow morning. We'll get a few light showers, and that's it. But the Sierra is still going to be looking at the possibility of this thing moving through and even perhaps dropping a little bit of snow in the Central Sierra. So for that, if we take a look at the Central Sierra, here's one more close-up view on here. Let's get up towards like Tahoe and down towards Sonora Pass, Ebbets Pass. This is a map showing you accumulated snow in the Sierra. It's that time of year. Now, this is not going to be a lot. Even those shades of purple there, like along the spine, the crest of the Sierra, it's a couple inches. And you got to be above 8,000 feet for that to even accumulate. And it is all going to melt next week when we warm up. So it's not like we're building the base, but it is the first snow of the season. And for those of us who like these kinds of transitions, that's kind of an exciting moment. Also, it's going to look real pretty up there. But if it's going to be warm enough up there that we're going to melt off whatever snow does fall, we're going to feel some of that warm up here at home as well. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow, you still kind of feel and look like this system is around. There'll still be some humidity in the air. I know that's really messing with people, although it's low relative humidity by most standards. I know we feel it when this happens. Tomorrow, it'll still be around a bit. And then we're going to get rid of it on Saturday. Watch what happens. I'm going to clear out the numbers. It's always fun to look at the transition. Keep that wide, high view on the map here for a second. That's the color contour for tomorrow. Here's the color contour for Saturday. It gets warmer. Some of those places in the orange and red, you're going up by about 7 to 9 degrees. Check out the numbers over here in the Inland East Bay. This is not hot. In fact, it's pretty much average for this time of year, but we are going to go back up to the low 80s out here for Concord and Livermore. Let's get down to the Santa Clara Valley. This is your Saturday. A lot more sun and daytime highs that are starting to rebound towards typical early October. Less humidity. We might even have a little bit of an offshore breeze to go along with this. And it's the offshore breeze more than anything else that will scour out whatever is left in terms of the humidity. Let's not leave out our friends to our south, and we'll go back to Saturday. Here are the contours, the colors that show us what Saturday will feel like. And down here, you can pick out your numbers. We've got Monterey, Salinas, Santa Cruz, Watsonville. You guys are on there. Notice a lot more influence here from Monterey Bay, so the temperatures will stay notably cooler there. All right, let's get into that 7-day forecast. Start out by taking a look at that warmest microclimate. Not terribly warm. In fact, very typical for most of the 7-day. Low 80s, maybe a degree or two actually below average, but we can think of this as pretty much exactly where you should be for this time of year. And just to round out this discussion, here's the 7-day forecast for the Bay. If anybody's going to get any more rain, it'll come between about now and like 8 in the morning tomorrow. And then this thing is finally going to give up and we'll be done with it.